as we know, leads do make the world go round. We live and die by the lead. And I've said that, many times, but we have to be self-sufficient as brokers, posting ads, generating leads. And, I say that's the catalyst to making it happen. And of course, with that, you get, presentations, you're sending out proposals, you're creating that activity that's going to ultimately lead to closed deals. Everything that we did in the month of May was just a result of a lead coming in and being put through the process. We know in licensing that sales window, that process of somebody from the lead comes in till the time that they close is usually 3 weeks. On average, licensing, that's kind of and it seems like each deal seems to fall within that 3-4 week tops. Sometimes you get that exception to the rule where it goes outside of that by a week or two, but most times it's within that time period. And that's not a spontaneous deal, right? Some people, we got to make sure they're a good fit for the company's a good fit for them. So there is that due diligent process that does take time. And I'm going to kind of go through a little bit of the sales process, but creating leads is the catalyst to success. We found success with BizBuySell, with businessbroker.net, businessopportunity.com. We're going to be distributing a bank of leads to brokers. Most of them are going to be Aloha Laundry Life because we've generated a lot of leads. And it's all about timing. These are people that have looked at wanting to get in business. Some of them have, some of them have, most of them have not. So we want to revisit these leads, spark their interest, get them through that sales process. And I'm confident we will have some deals come in from that. So if you are ready, able, willing to work these leads, we're distributing to the brokers that want to work these leads. And that's totally up to you. You got to reach out to me via text. Let me know that you want to be in that group, and then we're just going to send them out and work these leads. It's again, there's money back in their hills. We just have to go, get the picks and shovels and start mining. Hopefully everybody can participate in that. And, the key is we want to make sure the business. You got to be able to follow the sales process because, as you've heard me say before, the sales process works. There's no shortcuts. A couple of them I thought were too quick. When somebody's too anxious, usually to me, I have to pump the brakes, get them to pump the brakes because if they're too spontaneous, usually it does not work out. Not usually, probably most times they're not going to come on board, but they're excited. They're anxious. They see the big picture. And all of a sudden now I'm thinking I'm going to close the deal and get it funded. And I shortcut the process. And guess what? It doesn't work out. And that's most of the time. So when somebody's excited, I slow them down and get them through that process of the sales process because it works. So when we talk about increasing your earnings, next level performance, let's talk about the action plan for working leads. And this is how we've preached it. This is what I do on a daily basis. This is just working the plan. First thing that they get is the first email, right? The lead comes in, they get a first email. The first email, we're going to talk about what that first email is. The second one is a call. Now that's a call either to set an appointment or a call to give a presentation and right there on the spot. If you get the prospect and they have time and they're willing and open, well, of course you can go into them with that initial presentation. Now, every single time I make a call and I leave a message, I will follow up with a text. Lo and behold, people are more apt to respond to the text than they are a voicemail. So that's part of that sales process is a text. Now that's even on a follow-up call. That's any time that I initiate the call, I will send a text. Now there's sometimes when we've already had a text thread going and we've already communicated. Well, now some of my correspondence with that prospect is via text, not even a phone call, but we will set up a meet the team or a Zoom call, and we'll do that via text. So that is, I say, a good tool to use that. I mean, 5 years ago, I don't think it was used as much. I think it has to be used today. Presentation, obviously, know your product, know the presentation, get the client engaged, learn the 3 M's. You know, we've talked about presentation. And then after the presentation, that's when they get the second email. We're going to talk about that second email, which is more of the substance. And then I always like to set the call. What's the action plan? Once I have that presentation, what I always close that presentation with the next actionable step. So what do we want to do? Well, let's set up a time to have a meeting with the CEO, or let's go over the proposal that I'm going to send you. We'll set that call back up right there on that presentation. Leave nothing to chance that, hey, I'll try to get a hold of you. I'll reach out to you. No, try to get specific. You know, and what I'm finding is that when you do book an appointment with somebody, lo and behold, most people honor that appointment. Now, the ones that don't, their timing isn't right anyways. Now, and again, I don't say after they miss one appointment that they're dead, because they're not. Sometimes something came up in their personal life. You know, life gets lifey, right? Something gets interrupted. It's okay. I give them an opportunity. There's many people that have come back into the mix after they've missed an appointment. So the proposal's important. That's the meat, you know, that's the substance. Look at a license agreement, really see how much the territory is. I always say specifics on territory, price, and income. What's the income? How do you get paid? Let's talk about the streams of revenue. As a territory owner, what you get. And people want to know that. And of course, meet on Zoom. There's been times I've met this prospect on Zoom without the CEO. And there's been times where that CEO has been present in that Zoom call. If I have a Zoom call with a prospect, I can assure you, I'm still setting up a time for that prospect to talk to the CEO. I don't bypass that step. Even if I've met them face to face on Zoom and I've gone over income and I've gone over the proposal, I still want them to go through their due diligence, even to the point where I'm saying you need to contact some territory owners, people that are exactly where you were in the past, and they're on board now. So again, I'm not shortcutting the sales process, and ultimately it's all about the follow-up. You know, and people love that. If they're going my way, it's not an intrusion. If they're literally serious about becoming a partner in profit, becoming a territory owner, becoming a licensee, the follow-up is not an intrusion. But I'm certainly, every time I have that follow-up message, that call, I'm moving the process one step closer to the ultimate, right? Which is close the deal and get paid, right? Get funded. Any questions, comments on the action plan for working leads? Anything anybody's experienced, good, bad, or indifferent?
I'll make a comment, John, going back to even before you start talking about the process, just talking about leads, because I know a lot of brokers probably do not have enough leads. And I just want to let you know, I went ahead and opened up an account myself for $54.95 a month, which is the enhanced account on businessbroker.net. I've been very busy, but I only had, I've got 5 ads up. I think I get 50. Is it 50 or 25, Brian, for $54.95?
It's 50.
50 ads. So I've been slow, but I got 2 more ads up over the weekend. One for Green Bin, one for Cozy Vend. And both those ads produced 2 leads. I gave the two green bin leads to Mark, and I gave the two cozy Ben leads to Gary. So all I'm saying is for $1 a month, and they give you the first month free. I'm not paying anything. My first month is free. But for $1 per month per ad, it's just a no-brainer. If you're going to be in this business and you're a broker, spend the $50 for 50 ads and you will produce leads. And like John says, if you have leads, then you go through the process. If you don't have leads,
Right.
you can't do the process. So I'm excited about businessbroker.net, John. And I know most of the deals that you did on Aloha last month were also from businessbroker.net.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we paid the ad poster bonus. I mean, ad posters get bonus. So the first email is the thank you for your interest email, where it's a non-disclosure agreement and a profile, I say financial profile. Now, we know from experience that not everybody fills this out. They'll look at it. I'll see that they looked at the email, but I will also see that they won't fill it out and send it back. And that's okay. That's not a disqualifier. There are people that do send it back. And I say it again, those are the, serious ones. Some people are reluctant to put down financial information, and that's okay too. That's something part of when we have a conversation, I can get that information, but that's usually the first email. I know with Aloha, there's another email that Joyce put together. It talks about the on-demand laundry business, laundry in the bag. It's good email. It's good information. And again, I see who looks at that email. But no matter what business, whether it's Kathy Ireland Kids or Green Bin or Cozy Ven, usually the first thing I'll do is send out an NDA. Again, it's that first preemptive email that they get before they get a call or a text. So that's the first email. NDA, financial profile, knowledge is power, and self-knowledge is self-empowerment. But the more you have about the prospect, the better. The second email is, I say, more of the meat and potatoes, right? The tofu and potatoes. Gauge your customer, gauge your prospect with the contact score, because when I send that second email, if they're clicking links, they're watching the video, they're clicking the business opportunity overview, it adds points to the prospect. So I can look at my overall view. And if you're looking at benchmark 1 and you don't have contact score as one of your tabs, you're missing some key information that you need to know, because now you know who's looking at the email that you sent. If I send an email, and they haven't opened it, and we have an appointment to really get specific on territory, price, and income, and they haven't even looked at the first email, this meat and potatoes email, what am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and take them through a process and get specific on and send them a proposal. They don't even know what they don't know. I have to make sure. There was a guy that he asked that I call. He had some other investors with him. He never opened up the first email. So I went back and I pitched the whole thing over, and he says, well, yeah, but you've already told me this information. I said, yeah, but in order for us, I wanted to get your friends up to speed on the industry, who we are, what we do. But if you're not going to watch the email in the meeting, that's kind of the next step. There's no reason to go forward and talk about licensing and talk about pricing. I mean, and the guy was put off by it. But it's, again, why shortcut the sales process? If the prospects wants to shortcut it, I can assure you it's not going to happen. This guy just wanted to know the price. It's irrelevant if you don't understand the business opportunity and you've done some due diligence. Why even talk price? Why even send the proposal? It's not going to go anywhere. That's my experience. That's what my experience shows. So second email, I gotta see who's engaged, who's taking a look at this email. The contact score is very important.